Peter says 11 plus 10:15.
And this one says 11, that says 10:58, this one says, yeah.
And what is this regarding?
What's that?
What is it? Is this meeting regarding?
Oh, county vehicle for the, fair manager.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Awesome, thank you. And thank you, everybody, for coming. I appreciate everybody's attendance. All right, so the question on the table is a county vehicle for the, or a fair vehicle for the, fair manager, correct?
Yes, to take home.
Take home, okay. All right, where shall we begin? I was looking at the
So I'll just
use of
start
county
with,
vehicles.
I'll just start with this. So the county attorney had given me the use of county vehicles policy. And the policy says the county commission and elected officials, department head shall designate the job positions that require use of county-owned vehicles on a take-home basis.
Mhm.
County vehicles shall not be used, by county employees for personal use. So, because I think there was some question of who actually can give Frank the permission to take the vehicle homeward.
Sure.
So basically, it's kind of a joint venture between us, you guys and
The fair board.
board that do it. So we have recently acquired a vehicle from the sheriff's department, one that the sheriff wasn't using for the fairgrounds. And Frank wants to be able to take it home and then bring it back in the morning. So my feelings are that there's not, I guess, any work that really happens after 5, or, I mean, there's not a need for a vehicle for him to go home with.
Yeah.
Because there's not, like you go to work at 8, basically come home at 5, or whenever you work 9 to 5 or whatever. So Frank can give his reasoning for feeling he needs a vehicle to take back and forth to work.
To me, it's handy. There's no reason I can't, because other managers in the county do it, got next door and everybody else does.
Who's next door?
Shane Houston.
Okay.
But I believe there's a tax that, the manager would have to pay in certain situations. A few bucks a day, but to me, it'd be handy. Like, for instance, last night, there's people lighting off fireworks up there and somebody crashed through one of my fences. You gotta go up there. Constantly, I'm getting phone calls from the
That happened
sheriff's
last
department.
night?
Yeah, last night, Bob saw the whole fence and picking up the crap when he came up this morning. But, the sheriff department is constantly calling me in the middle of the night to go up there. Just somebody's, horses got out there, stalled up there, or the rodeo team's stock is out and across over AT&T or down the highway somewhere. This pickup has a spotlight on it, and I'm up there on call anyhow. It'd be nice to just jump in the county pickup and go have the spotlight for all that, but it's be handy. My buck boot's gonna be in there. You're playing in the mud up there all the time. So it's nice to have your PPE, your gloves, your boots, your keys. I don't know how many times I took a buggy or something different for work. And well, there's my keys. I left them in the freaking another vehicle or the house. So everything's all there. Everything's set for me. It's just handy. There's no reason I couldn't, besides permission and opinion.
Yes, I would like, I guess I would like to know how often you actually go up there in the middle of the night, and because I know there was a few times that the livestock got out, but it was the college kids that were up there doing it. I didn't hear anything about you going up there,
DUI too, to
Yeah.
McLean.
but I didn't hear anything about you actually going up there.
Always doing that. When Ben Richmond's horses got out there behind AT&T trying to go down that hill, I'm out there with my personal outfit, trying to find a bucket in the back, grabbing it to shake out. Always doing that with my personal outfit.
But if now that you have this other one, if you were to be on the fairgrounds property, you would jump onto your company vehicle and do that.
Well, he
So it's
has
taxed.
a company vehicle already up there. He does have a vehicle that he can drive to work, and then he gets in the company vehicle and uses the company vehicle while he's at the fairgrounds. He should never have to use his personal vehicle.
But that's what when you said that made my mind go to that, is you should be on your company vehicle if you're conducting any kind of business on the fairgrounds.
Sure. The old pickup that I do have up there, the throwout bearings going out, the clutch is gonna stop on, the clutch and the new one's gonna stop on there. Took it out to the dumps other day. Anyhow, so the new one, it's got an oil leak in it. There's an oil mark on the ground. There's two of them I usually.
But you have a new vehicle now.
Now I have a new vehicle, but that work, that nineties blue one that I have up there, it's got a fuel slip tank in it. So I can go down and get fuel, fill up the loader, tractors and stuff like that. So I use that for that, or if I'm hauling dirt or rocks or something more. I don't care if that one gets beat up so much. Although it has 150,000 miles, it's in pretty rough shape. This new one I got from the sheriff's department, it's kind of in rough shape too, but it looks nice, but it has 229,000 miles on it.
But you knew that purchasing it.
I didn't purchase it, it was a county transfer,
Well,
so.
But you knew that when you acquired it,
Oh, yeah.
let's put it that way.
Yeah, it's just nicer and more comfortable and with budgeting and going out with it. Thinking day before yesterday when I was on my way back into the dumps, all of a sudden it's in neutral and I didn't shift it. But it kicked back in, but it's not trustworthy to take out of town or anything like that, I wouldn't say.
My thoughts go to is the fuel. When you're going to and from, that's taking fuel, but who's paying for that fuel? Like, to me, that muddies waters a lot there.
I would be paying for the fuel, basically the tax the county implies on me if you talk to Captain Wilson. He said, there's a tax on that for you take county vehicle home.
There's like a weird tax that you get deducted for. I don't know what it is or how much it is, but there is a tax.
But that is, does that go to the county
Mm-hmm.
fair? On the fair or just,
No,
So
that's
it
my.
reimburses.
So, and my thing is I think that the new vehicle was great for the fairgrounds, so now there's two pickups up there and we have a side by side. For doing stuff at the fairgrounds. I just don't feel that there's the need for Frank to take it home and then drive it back and forth to work. I feel when he gets to work, that's great, but there's no need to drive it back and forth to work.
I thought at the last fair board meeting, isn't that what we talked about? We acquired this new vehicle to where if Joni needed to run downtown, that vehicle was gonna be there. We're gonna keep it clean. That vehicle would stay there. So if Frank's gone on vacation, whatever, that vehicle's not there, then Joni's back to driving the blue one, right? Which.
Joni's
Well, that was my next question is,
You know what I
All the state on place the vehicles, if that pickups there, but I'm not driving it back and forth to my house. It's gonna sit in the shop or the barn and I'm not gonna drive it. So what's the point in spending money on insurance or taxes when it'll sell it?
But why wouldn't you drive it to do fair business? Why would you park it? Why wouldn't you drive it to do fair business?
Because it's more convenient. Why do these guys drive theirs if they're going to a meeting instead of taking a county car down here? Same thing, it's just convenient. Joni, even if that was sitting out there available, she's not gonna take that. She's totally.
She doesn't like driving it.
Correct.
Right. I mean, that's
It's
that's
handy for me.
her thing,
But we don't have a vehicle to go to and from our home. None of us do. None of us county employees have.
But you could if you chose to,
Oh,
or you get mileage. I mean, look at Peters.
No. we do not get mileage unless you live a certain.
Yeah,
certain
it's more
amount
than
out of
20
town.
miles. So the only one who gets mileage. And it's only county commissioners. So Jake's the only one who gets mileage.
But also, with the stock call stuff, I mean, the campgrounds, the water breaks, the stop getting out.
But you get paid for on call, right?
No, I'm an hourly person.
but he, like, if he
If you
goes,
go up there, you get paid.
yes, but I guess I would like to see like a log of how often you go to the fairgrounds because of those calls. Like, I'd like to keep track of it. But I mean,
The fair probably has the animal ones like that. The highway patrol, because they get calls from.
yeah, but.
Yeah, but even if they call you, you're going, responding to every. Michelle's getting at, I guess.
Like 90% usually, unless the calendar is one of the kids up there, but usually I'm up there before they are. And
Because I mean,
but I can't get them in my
But you
I guess.
the animals aren't getting out 3 or 4 times a month. They're getting out. I mean, if they are, then if they are, there's something that needs to change so that they're not getting out.
fences need to be fixed.
Yeah, there's gotta be a reason. Those animals should never be getting out. There should be no reason an animal gets out unless somebody lets them out.
that's a lot of the cases. I mean, you've seen it, I've seen it up there at fair time when just randoms go into the barns and let the forage animals, some of the forage animals go before it happens.
And I mean, and that's fair time.
But also the steers are bucking stuff and the calves are getting out and it just happens. And some of those college kids don't like gates. This is the thing.
But it isn't happening every week.
Usually it's 2 or 3 times a month when Collins Rodeo and we're stocked up there.
I know twice this last season that it happened, but that's the only thing else. And I'm.
What was the intended purpose with the acquisition of the sheriff's vehicle for the fair? What was the purpose of acquiring it?
I wanted something, newer, I mean, I got one that I think is a handy mount for the park, it's a 90s, GMC pickup. It's
Sure.
the throttle bearing, if you drive it, the leaf here just clunk in and it leaks oil. It's just, well, I just wanted to upgrade it.
So instead of like letting that run and just sit there.
How do you wanna put money into, I mean, probably,
Well, I mean, it does no
$4,000
good if it's just gonna sit there.
yeah, we could sell it auction or whatever.
But if it's only got 150 some thousand miles on it, and that's typical that your clutch is gonna go out about that time. And if it needs to be replaced, that truck should last us another 10 years up there if we're only just running it around up there.
Yeah, that's all this
And
one.
the sheriff's truck is a 270,000 mile truck. So that being said, it's gonna be nice for you to have a vehicle that you can run around with. But if we start putting everyday miles on that truck's only gonna last 6 months to a year. No, it's gonna last longer than that, but to 12,000 miles a year. I mean, it'll last 4 or 5 years.
See, it's just, that was handy for me if I had my PPE and stuff, and have my keys, all that stuff. And all right, well, I'm just gonna stop at Marcus to get some plumbing parts to go out to North 40 on my way to work or whatever, just to get stuff. And it's just nice to have that. And plus, not a manual.
When I went to Turtle Creek and I had to take the tow truck, I bring my boots, my coveralls, my gloves and my hat and everything with me, even my tools. I bring and I took them from my personal outfit and I put them into my truck outfit.
It's a convenience thing for me. It's totally legal.
I agree with
It's totally legal by county rules. It's just permission. If you guys give it to me, that's great. If you don't give it to me, I'm not out anything, but I feel a bit butthurt and feeling taken advantage of. I mean, all the stuff, the extra stuff that I do above and beyond the fair. I don't have to answer the phone after 5. I don't have to have conversations with people. I didn't have to get a water truck for free. Didn't have to do all that dirt work and get all that dirt work and stuff. That's 400, in between 400 and 500,000 dollars. There's all this above and over. I mean, just not after hours. I mean, I don't have to do the above and take as much pride in my job as I have to. I mean,
That's the,
how did I not give the fairgrounds more than my yearly wage? Just by opening my big mouth and saying, yes, I'll do the Fossil Festival. We made money for the fairgrounds by the renting of all that stuff, but all the profit I made, that's going back to the fairgrounds too. That's more than my yearly wage that gets made off of one weekend of me opening my big mouth and taking on a project that I did after 6 o'clock.
you make $20,000 a year,
Well, that plus how much the fairgrounds make, 12 off all the
so you make
rentals,
$32,000 a year.
whatever it is, yeah. 4, 5, something like that, I think, yeah.
I think it's a good perk for the job. I don't disagree with that, whether you need it or not. It's just a perk for the job is all. I mean, that it's more, I don't know that it's even our decision at the end of the day. I think it's the commissioner's decision.
I think it's a joint
I
decision.
agree. I don't want to overstep the board. You know, board comes first, and then if a resolution cannot be had by the board, then it does come to the commission. But I do respect the board and their positions. Bob, do you have a question?
Well,
Comment?
Frank and I talked earlier, and like I told Frank, I work for multi-million-dollar corporations. I was on 24/7 mandatory call. They did not furnish me a vehicle to get back and forth from my home to the job, but I was still on 24 hours. You want to go on 24-hour call? And that if you're out fishing and you get a phone call, you drop it and you come running in and you go to the fairgrounds?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Then I don't.
But am I expected to go up there and get the water breaks or all that?
Frank,
sort of
I've
stuff?
got a
Am I
lot
gonna
of-
answer my phone after hours?
I've gotten a lot of those calls too. I've
Right.
been up there in
I mean, we need
the
a man.
night, and I've been up there in the early morning, I've been up there all kinds of times with phone calls. particularly on the weekends and when everything when you're not available. I've been available.
Sure.
So have I.
Bob is
Right,
the
we need
hardest
a manager.
worker.
Spending
That's gonna be there and gonna, that's what the manager's duty is to be there and be there. That's the fair manager's job.
If
Is
I
to
was
be
salaried
there after hours too.
right now it's set up that I'm an hourly employee.
Do you make money when you go back to the, like, do you have to clock, is he, are you a salary or are you an hourly?
Hourly.
Hourly, so technically you can collect overtime,
He doesn't get overtime, he gets comp time.
comp time,
Mhm.
and
Unless it's-
that's a board decision though, right?
No, I know, my understanding, it was said it before, is fair week, he gets paid overtime, but all other time he gets.
Okay.
And so like, say if I do
And I
go
don't know
up
who
there
set it up.
because I got a water break or I got a camper that's locked in the bathroom or whatever I have to do up there, moving animals. If I do an after hours thing or whatever, something that's not regular business hours,
Right.
I'm only supposed to get my certain hours. So I adjust and I'll take off at 3 o'clock if I put in 2 hours on Saturday or after hours or something.
Okay,
So I try to stay the 40 hours is what they want.
You put comp time on your time card all the time.
That's probably because I work more, but I
Right,
usually I like,
so-
but usually I try to keep it right at
It's
40.
it's not a rule or regulation, you just choose to take time off somewhere else. Cause you can, my understanding is you can get all the comp time that you want up until there's a max
now,
of comp
that's
time.
280 hours.
Yeah, but my understanding is that if you need to work over your 40 hours, you can get comp time. There's nobody that says you can't.
Yes,
I can show you in a minute, I'm sure, that, yeah, there
unless
was a
you're,
board decision. They want me to stay at 40 when it went from a salary job or whatever. And, they want to stay at 40 hours when I went full time. It's gonna be that.
Well,
They
I
want-
mean, ideally, it's nice to stay at the 40, but if it's needed, you know, nobody's telling you you can't have it.
Yeah, if you worked your 8 hours today and you have to go up there tonight, in run up there after hours, I would think it's fairer to you that you get your comp time rather than get paid regular time for running up there. You had to go after hours, you should get something for it. So,
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, I mean, yes, you're right there, but usually I try not to do that. So if I have to spend extra time working, but I just take time off. So
Later.
it equals out to the 40 hours is what it works out.
that's all totally up to you.
I think I was told when I became a 40-hour full-time person, that's what they wanted me to do. Or told me, I could show you the minutes, that's what it said.
Yes, Bob, did you have something?
I'm gonna go one step further. In the last little over a week, I've put in between 20 and 30 hours working with and learning things that I didn't think I needed to know about submersible pumps and drainage systems and different engineers and pump people. And I am learning more in this last couple of weeks about them than anything I ever wanted to know. Actually, our pump is now working. So for how long, I'm not gonna guarantee. But it's gonna be cleaned out today. Patrick's gonna bring their pump truck in, gonna completely clean that out, and maybe we can get some information off of these pump numbers and the motor number and this kind of stuff. I went so far as to call Tyler Smith because he was there when the last pump was replaced. You don't want nothing to do with that place. Just leave me alone. So I did find out that we don't have a 3-phase pump motor in there. We got a single phase 220. I've learned way more than I need to know. I'm just hoping that we can learn what is there so we know if we have to replace it, where we have to go, what we have to do, and what it's gonna cost us.
Gotcha.
And now I've been doing all of this in the last 2 weeks. And Frank has even learned from what I've learned because I've told him things that I've learned from these guys that are gonna help us down the road. So,
And we've been dealing with this pump all summer long.
yeah,
And why is Bob spending his 20 hours out there trying to figure out why this pump isn't working. Why isn't Frank?
I already know everything there is that you can know about that pump.
How did Bob get it working
Not
with
down in the
these
hole,
guys
but-
and not
He
you?
pushed the reset button a bunch of times and it kept going. He didn't learn anything about, I mean.
But I think that's
what-
the
what we-
point that Bob is trying to make.
If I may, I'd like to stay on topic of the vehicle.
Right.
You know, we can discuss the pumps later, but, you know, we're here to discuss this vehicle
Yeah,
issue,
yeah.
so.
I think what he was getting at, more or less, to sum it up for Bob, is he's put in hours and he's not getting anything out of it.
Using his own to
Yes,
get
I
up
think
there.
that's where you were going.
I
Yeah.
agree with you, because that's what I agree too.
But
Thank you,
that's
Bob.
what a board is the volunteer hours. You are
Absolutely.
volunteer, and thank you. Thank all of
Yeah,
you
No,
for doing that because you go above and beyond. You know, your daily.
I don't want any thanks or anything. It's just that I've stated the facts that last spring, we told us we needed to get onto that pump to find out what's going on. Well, now here we are just about a year later. Now we're just finally now learning what we should have learned last spring.
What have you learned? What have you learned?
Really doesn't even matter.
Vehicle.
Get back on the,
Are you guys
So-
gonna give me permission to use the truck or not? That's it. It's a
Well,
yes or no thing.
but-
If you know, give it great. If it's yes, I don't care. But this is
What
what
I'm
this
saying
is
is,
about.
you wanna go on 24/7 on call?
That's a whole, but you're in charge of
The commission policy.
Well, what we have here is, we have an advertised meeting, we have a quorum of, board members from the fair board. We have a quorum of commissioners, so let's work together. What is the wishes of the board when it comes to this vehicle? Do we want to allow Frank to utilize that vehicle to go to and from his house, or just, should it stay on campus at the fairgrounds?
I think it should stay on campus. That's my vote.
Okay,
That's my vote also.
you guys.
Bob, Kenny, what do you feel?
Do you feel the vehicle should stay
I
at the
think the
fairgrounds
vehicle
or go
needs
home?
to stay at the fairgrounds.
Kenny?
I on the fence, I think it's a great perk for the job. But I'm outvoted 3-1, so
All right,
So if that's the case, I'm not gonna use it.
that's
Might as well sell it. Get rid of it.
I don't understand why you can't use the vehicle at the fairgrounds.
I can use a blue truck at the burger. That was just handy for me. It's up to you guys. If you're saying no, whatever, that's fine. You don't appreciate what my needs are, what my wants are. That's fine.
But 10 minutes ago,
That's
you were
fine.
just arguing that it had a huge oil leak and the clutch was going. So I understand that. Now you just said to use the blue one. So that's where.
I can drive it around the
Kind of
fairgrounds. I just gotta air the tires all the time and put the oil in it every time I use it and the throw.
That's fine. I'm not here to argue. That I told you what my vote is.
That's fine. That's totally fine. But I'm just saying, why would you spend county money on a vehicle that I'm not gonna use? So I'm using one of the
we're not
pickups. for
spending
county
any money on it. Doesn't cost.
Tax money and insurance money. It's not coming out.
okay, so we have a vote on, the fair board side as a quorum of commissioners. I am inclined to agree with the board. I don't want to overstep the board. You guys do a phenomenal job for our county and the fairgrounds. I don't feel it's our place as commissioners, this is just a personal opinion, to overstep your guys' as board directors on that.
My preference was to have the fair board, because since they're the ones who directly supervise.
Correct.
yeah,
Okay,
from what I'm hearing, that is overall consensus. It wasn't a vote, it was consensus.
Yep.
If that's what you guys agree, and you guys oversee.
And maybe if
manager.
Frank's not gonna use it, maybe it'll be up there. Bob needs to use it. If he goes up there and does any work, or somebody from the fair board needs to use. the
But that's
vehicle.
up to the board to decide.
Right, that, what I'm saying is,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
not us.
suggest getting rid of the vehicle. It would be available for others to use if need be.
I would also put out there that if he can come to us, more to these guys, because I'm more on his side than anybody else is, but if he can come to them and say, hey, look, see, I'm up here now, and I could have sure used this truck, and I'm using my own vehicle to get here. He can show more,
Yeah, I would agree. I would think that would be reasonable if he, gathers some data to show that it would be more beneficial.
Yeah, how often he gets
Right.
called up there in the middle of the night or on weekends or. Mhm.
I think we need, a little better logging of time. than- than a
No problem.
lot.
Well, it only takes one home, I work 9 to 5.
That's another thing is I would like to, can I get a copy of his job description somewhere?
Yeah, I believe Brittany in HR does have that.
Okay, I'll ask Brittany for it then. I mean, cause that's the thing, if you're talking about working 9 to 5 and not taking phone calls before or after work, I guess I would just like to see what your job description says.
It's in there.
All right. We have a consensus. Any other discussion for the greater good of this matter?
Oh, we just want to, I mean, we expect you to perform your job. Whether this decision went one way or the other, we don't expect you to rebel because of it.
Not rebel, I'll do my job, just not going above and beyond like I used to. That's all. I'll do my job just to find it.
All right. Well, if that is all. Meeting adjourned, 11:25. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.